Why the hell is almost every goat in Arknights a wizard? It's like someone at AG saw a goat climbing a mountain and went, nah, that's the devil's child. On account of my laptop being a corpse, I don't have much to do, so I'm gonna review the new 4-star Akkord before she is even out. I am truly lucky. Somehow 4-stars managed to not get a guard twice in a row. One more and we beat the record. Instead we have a Blastcaster. You know, that awful archetype that Ifrit is broken in spite of. Blastcasters are bad, the goat is a Blastcaster, so the goat is bad. Simple logic, but it overlooks something. The reason AoE casters and such are bad is because everyone and their mother does AoE. If you list the 3 best AoE casters, you will probably mention 1 core caster and at least 1 drone caster. That's not how it works with 4 stars. For the longest time Shiryuki was the best source of multi-target AoE damage. Eventually Pudding came out and she did the job well enough for most things. It's difficult to convey how trash 4-star AoE casters are if you haven't actually leveled them. Let me try it like this. Gitano S2 hits every target in range. This is sometimes useful on maps where you get charged by one big wave, like H74. The record used to be 6 operators, with Ethan stalling and Gitano nuking the trash. Recently, it got beaten by 5 operators. You know how Indigo does arts damage on skill to all bound targets? Yeah, it's tickle damage that doesn't amount to much. I rarely think about it when I use her. And that tickle damage was competitive enough with Gitano to cut her from the run. This isn't fucking AS2, it's not even good damage. And it's still bullying my AoE casters. So with the new Blastcaster, even if they are bad, as long as they are minimally functional, that's probably still better arts AoE than the garbage I'm working with now. Let's see what we're working with. Talent. If there is an operator in her range, she gets an attack buff. This is just a boring stat stick talent with a meaningless demerit. Attached so the talent description isn't just plus 18% attack. Anytime I use a Blastcaster, I'm either going to have Indigo, Ethan or a defender helping out with bulkier targets. So we can just assume the talent is always on. We can assume the values are 12% attack without model and 80% with model, as that's the usual for 4 stars, demerit or not. Boring ass talent, but not bad. Stats matter to a DPS, who would have thought. Skill 1 is Ifrit S2 but shittier, will probably only hold 2 charges, and has no extra effects other than damage. You can assume a much worse SP cost, something like 10 or 11 SP. Ifrit also has a bullshit SP talent, which is why her skill is up constantly. Even so, this will probably be a decent skill. It has no diminishing returns from her talent, and because Blastcasters attack once a year, even 11 SP translates to once every 4 attacks. Solid skill probably. Skill 2 increases her attack, and operators in her range generate a shockwave every time Akkord attacks. That does AoE arts damage. Since it's just damage, I'll need stats to be able to make a clear judgment on its value, but it will probably vary between alright and broken, depending on the size of the explosion. If the explosion is small, we can only hit the same target with 2 explosions, and if it's large, we can get the same target hit with 4 explosions instead. Her damage will vary a lot based on this, so I'll reserve judgment for now, but I'd say it's a functional skill at worst. I already mentioned how she will effectively always have an operator in range, so the condition is easy to meet. Finally, the model. We have 2 models. One gives elemental damage, so she's not getting that, and the other gives 10% extra damage if the target is far away. A boring statistics model that increases her damage by a lot then. So in short, she does damage, not a lot probably, so you shouldn't build her, but all 4-star AoE casters are complete garbage, so for me she will be a notable improvement to my roster. There is a small chance her S2 will be super broken if AG messed up and gave her a too large of an AoE, but I won't bet on it.